What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another freaking video, and this one right here, well, it's quite an interesting one because this article claims that Meri may have been sending a cryptic message towards Robyn. Well. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not too surprised, but at the same time though, let's give a shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, and now let's get into this absolute madness. But as you can see right here, ladies and gentlemen, it says Meri Brown has been getting pretty active on social media these days. From celebrating Valentine's Day alone to enjoying herself on a solo trip. She's on a roll. Likewise, Meri Brown has been sharing some quotes on her Instagram. TV Seasons and Spoilers report a quote shared by Meri which screamed that she was asking for Kody's forgiveness. However, it looks like the first wife has finally realized her worth, hence the road trip and her personal care. Meanwhile, the sister's wife celeb also shared a cryptic post that the fans dissect. The quote reads, "People want to take your spot," and continued, "Until they realize what it takes to play your position." Well, what can the quote mean? Is Meri directing it towards Robyn Brown or someone else? Fans currently pretty confused, and obviously this is the proof of the post of in particular. And as you can see, one of them obviously does say people want to take your spot until they realize what it takes to play your position. Some people can't handle the level of awesome, your level of awesome. That's okay, just keep being you. There are people who can and will. And let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to people making posts, especially in the celebrity world, it's generally a jab to someone or something, or maybe something that they've read because it inspires them to improve their own life. It could be anything, but obviously when it feels a bit directed to certain people, well, it can only realistically be directed to certain people, because the grand scheme of things is this: why would Meri post this and not think that people are going to assume the worst, or at least assume that this has something to do with at least one of the wives, if not Robyn herself in particular? But we all know that really and truly Robyn is probably the one, because Robyn is the one that came in, and well, since she's come in, things have been very different for all of the wives, so much that Christine even left. I mean, for me personally, I'm still waiting for Janelle to leave again, to be honest with you, but this time on a permanent basis. But at the same time though, it seems to me that Janelle is more than happy to stay for whatever reason she sees fit. Same as Meri, sadly so. But anyway, it does also continue by saying this as well. Meanwhile, the first wife shared another quote that talked about how some people can't handle a level awesome. The third quote was a motivational read asking to be a badass. Fans are making their guesses to who these cryptic posts are targeted. However, as far as taking place is considered, many suggest that Meri could be throwing shade at Robyn with her IG story. As of now, the real reason is still unclear. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Actually, legit, tell me what you think in the comments below if you dig what I'm saying. I mean, listen, for me, like I've already said in this post in particular, I would not be fazed and I would not be surprised in any kind of way if these claims could be true. You know what I mean? Is Meri, or was Meri, taking jabs towards Robyn Brown, or at least one of the other sisters? Because in the grand scheme of things, who else would she be talking about? And most importantly, there's no way that those quotes are there for her to talk about herself. No way are those quotes there for her to necessarily improve her life. I mean, maybe, but wouldn't necessarily be my go-to, if you dig what I'm saying, because a quote that come across as if you're talking about other people can't necessarily be quotes that are there to really, you know, motivate you in certain aspects, if that makes any sense. So the point I'm trying to make is that a motivational quote is a motivational quote. A quote that's directing to other people around you, it's a quote that is directed to other people around you, which can still be motivational as well. I'm not saying it can't be, but there's a fine line. You know, there's a big freaking difference, if you dig what I'm saying. But nonetheless though, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you guys generally believe that this is Meri Brown going out of her way to take the jabs? Or do you think she's just speaking freely for the sake of speaking freely? Like that's ever been a thing. And let's be honest, when it comes to the wives, none of them have ever really shaded away from actually saying how they feel. I mean, we've seen it from season after season with some of the cut scenes that we've experienced, where one wife will say this, then they'll say this in those scenes where they're all sitting together and they're talking about basically each other. literally dissing each other. You know what I mean? So it's not like this is something that they would ever shy away from doing, if you dig what I'm saying. But nonetheless, though, at this moment in time, ladies and gentlemen, you guys let me know what you're thinking in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Like, subscribe, and peace.